Hello, viewers. Okay, so much going on. It's really hard to decide what to read on because everything is happening so quickly. Um, I was just watching the news conference with Trump and the president of Italy, Sergio Mattarella. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Um, anyway, Sergio, I'll call him Sergio. How's that? The president of Italy. He is pro-Putin, pro-Russia, has been for years, even met with Putin in the Kremlin back in April of 2017. I'm looking over at some of my notes here. So many of the far right in Italy have been pro-Russia, but as members of the European Union has kept sanctions in place on Russia because of their actions in the Ukraine and Crimea and everything. So first, I want to look at, will Sergio go against the EU's sanctions against Russia? I'm shuffling louder and differently because I am going to do reversals today. So using my old Rider-Waite deck, I sometimes feel guided to do readings with reversals. So today's the day. Thank you guys for bearing with me while I've been sick. I do realize my glands are still swollen from the sinus mess that I had. A lot of you have been commenting, especially on this side of my face, my glands are swollen. I still have my tonsils, so whenever anything affects my head and my tonsils, my glands swell up, and it takes a while to go down. So bear with me. I'm just drinking lots of orange juice and lots of hot tea with honey and lemon. Little red pepper flakes helps break up the cough. Not a lot, just a little bit of red pepper flakes does the trick. I took some decongestants for about 3 days just to get me draining, and then I kind of tend to go more natural with what I do, what works for me. My cough is much better. And Gangatero, if you're watching this, thank you. She sent me some healing energy work. And on Sunday and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I have been much better with my cough. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's hard for me to work on myself, especially if I'm sick. It's hard for me to channel the energy. So, Italy, Sergio, are you going to go against the EU? Ooh. This flipped out reversed, indecision, and upright for me. It's also a card of separation, like separating from, but reversed. I'm gonna say probably not gonna separate himself from the EU. It's causing a lot of anxiety, though. And right in the middle is Trump the Fool. Yeah, so he and Trump, I feel, have a new plan, but that's the challenge is the new plan. They can't get the new plan off the ground here because everything kind of blew apart here with what's going on in Syria. So they can't, the Seven of Swords upright is getting away with things, thievery, that kind of thing, trying to get away with things. Reversed, they're not getting away with it. They're not getting away with it. Too many people are watching. And judgment coming down on them here in the near future, especially Sergio. His crowning the reading, his old relationships are on their head. So his allies in the EU, they're all standing on their head. They're not going to put up with this. So judgment coming down here in the near future. Seems to be some information about money laundering coming out. He's trying to obfuscate the truth. He's trying to hide the truth and what's going on with Putin. He's trying to make it out that Putin is, a great partner. But everybody's getting very emotional about Sergio's relationship with Putin, and I'm going to say everybody in the EU, and putting pressure on Sergio here, so he's having difficulty hanging on. Yeah, he may not be able to do the work he wants to do in the future, so he probably either won't get reelected, or someone in the EU is going to put their foot down on him, and he's not going to be able to continue his work with Russia. Now, Russia's been putting, I believe, pipelines in Italy. They've had a partnership there for quite a while. Wow, the tower card right on the bottom of the cut. So Pompeo and Bar went to Italy, met with Sergio probably prior to Sergio coming here to the U.S., so prepping him for what the talking points are, I'm sure. But let's just ask, and in particular, especially with Bar, what are you discussing with Sergio? What is the relationship here? Is this another country you're laundering money through? Yep, they were the messengers for Trump. They were the messengers. Here's our talking points. Here's what we want you to talk about. It's one reason I don't like to read with reversals too often, because when you read on politics, everything comes out reversed. When you read, I should say, on Trump and this whole administration, everything comes out reversed. So here's Pompeo and Bar, waiting on the harvest, but they can't. The harvest isn't coming. And they couldn't delay this trip. They needed to put out some fires. They needed to get some support for Trump to make it look like, oh, we still have one ally in Europe. It's Italy. The challenge is getting everybody else overseas to work with them. At the root of this, the dark money that they've worked together on, and the family inheritance, all the big money. Is all at risk. It's reversed, so it's all at risk. All their partnerships, everything. So they're trying to slow things down, but it's all coming to an end now. Reverse, more of a slow end. It's not going to be a fast end, a quick end. And they're all stabbing each other in the back. They can't even trust each other. They're all stabbing each other in the back. So they don't have the support from each other anymore. They can't rely on who's going to stab who. They don't know who's going to flip, and it's just treacherous for them. So something is really going to get illuminated, something strong about this trip to Italy that Bar and Pompeo did. Something really big is going to get illuminated about that. Now, Bar and Pompeo, they were using it to try to show strength, but something is really going to get illuminated about this trip. Interesting. I'm going to say in about 7 to 8 weeks. Got the 7 and the 8 here on the trip and the strength card here. It feels like it's 7 to 8 weeks. Something's going to get illuminated. Yeah, so they're still doing their dirty tricks, their sleight of hand, and they're just completely unbalanced, unhinged. Um, yeah, their fortunes are getting ready to change. They're they're not feeling as hamstrung yet, but it's getting ready to change. Okay, so they're not feeling tied up right now, but it's getting ready to change on them. So they're going to end up getting tied up. Yeah, big changes coming over the betrayal that they've done. So they went to try to partner with Sergio to put on get something solid going, it looks like. But, you know, and of course, Putin would like to see the demise of the EU, I'm sure, just like he'd like to see the demise of democracies everywhere. Michael McKinley is testifying right now as I speak. He's a former aide to Pompeo, resigned not too long ago. He's testifying to Congress. I want to take a quick look at what he has to say about Pompeo. He was quite supportive of Marie Ivanovich and was upset when she was forced out as ambassador to Ukraine. Michael McKinley. What does your testifying mean for Pompeo? Oh, strong testimony. Strong, strong, strong. It means Pompeo's going to get an offer he doesn't want. It also means that McKinley is not satisfied with how Pompeo's behaved. The challenge is, you know, to do any work, any good work. Excuse me. Yeah, so McKinley, his challenge was to do any good work here. You know, he had new beginnings in the recent past, but his judgment changed on Pompeo over all this that's happening with the Ukraine and Syria and everything. Pompeo's standing on his head. He's quite upset. And Michael McKinley, he's going to be doing some illuminating, lots of illumination about bad dealings overseas. This could be what forces Pompeo out. You know, Pompeo being carried after a difficult transit, you know, going through a difficult transition. Someone else is rowing the boat for Pompeo, so it could be what forces Pompeo out. Because justice is like on its head right now. Justice is just crashing down on him. Yeah, McKinley kind of acted as sort of a spy on Pompeo. He was like keeping tabs on him, and he is bad news for Pompeo. Good. So he's coming in kind of to save the day, and he's going to talk about some nefarious communications that went on that he was aware of, especially with Trump and Pompeo and other leaders in foreign countries. I feel Ukraine on that. He's going to talk about that. So McKinley is actually standing on higher ground, and Pompeo is not going to be victorious in this, is what I'm getting. Okay, I'm going to stop there because we're at 14 minutes. I'm going to stop there and maybe do another video because there's just so much to look at. Trump calling the Kurds are no angels. Yeah, really, seriously, you're going to try and paint the Kurds as the bad guys? No. Okay, so I'll be back. If you like this, click the like button and subscribe to see future videos. I'll be back in a few minutes probably with another video. Well, it'll be longer because I have to make it and then upload it. I'll start uploading this one. I'm Gibby Gabby now that my voice is coming back. Bye!